Nahomi Selvi, GB's daughter, making this short film about my father. GB came to New Zealand in 2009 and lived with me for 9 years. Then in early 2018, he had a severe case of vertigo and needed to be hospitalized. After that, he moved to this rest home. This recording of GB playing the piano was taken on his first day here in May 2018. The piano is at one end of the building and his room is at the other end. So this was the first and last time he touched that piano. You can see us crossing over to the other end along that long hallway. We were having a funny conversation that day where he was telling me that at the hospital they taught him to take long steps instead of shuffling with the short steps. Short step na eppadi irukum? Long step na?
You may be interested to know how I face my present state of old age. I have many of the weaknesses common to anyone of my age, but I am coping successfully and have the confidence that I will be given grace and strength till the end. In this, the major reason for my success is my strong faith in God and in the Bible. My second reason is probably my daughter Nahomi Selvi, the only child I had by God's grace after 11 years of my married life. Nahomi has managed to admit me in the rest home where I am given the care I need at this stage, and she visits me every day. The residents of this home are elderly and many of them are weak and disabled. Mobility is a problem for most of us. I use a walker to help me walk. We are all encouraged to be as independent and mobile as possible. We also help each other. The residents here think I am an interesting person for a number of reasons. For one, I am an Indian. Secondly, I am a musician. But what they find most interesting is that I do not fritter away any time watching TV. I do not need activities to occupy myself. I have one occupation, and that is to read the Bible continuously. As I mentioned before, the reason behind my success in finding meaning even in old age is my faith. I spend many hours reading the Bible, not because I want any special blessing from God or anything like that. I read because I have developed a real taste for it. I find great pleasure in what I read, and God speaks to me through the scriptures. The Bible is a very special book. You know that as a librarian, books were my world. The Bible by itself is a library of 66 books in 2 volumes. The first volume has 39 books and is known as the Old Testament. The second volume has the remaining 27 books and is known as the New Testament. These 66 books were written by 40 different authors who lived in different periods of history over a duration of 1,600 years. And these men who wrote were all very different from one another. Some were kings, some were scholars, one was a physician, but then some were very ordinary people like fishermen, shepherds, etc. So all these people wrote their various books of the Bible independently, and you can see the personalities and styles of these people in their writings And yet, in another sense, the Bible, when it is put together, reads like it has a single author. This is nothing short of miracle. The Bible's own explanation for this phenomenon is that these people wrote as they were moved by the Spirit of God. This is just one of the many amazing things about this book, Bible. Another would be the fact that the Bible records hundreds of prophecies foretelling events into the future, not vague prophecies, but very detailed prophecies. And these prophecies have literally taken place, and these are well documented. Then you can look at the archaeological finds and so on. But the most amazing part about the book is the text itself. The actual content, once you get a taste for it, nothing else compares with it. You would have heard what the main message of the Bible is. If I have to tell it to you in 1 minute, it is like this. God made man and woman in His image to live in a perfect world. Thus, the Holy God enjoyed a perfect relationship with a perfect mankind. But then man and woman sinned. They could no longer stand before a holy God and were banished from God's presence. God is perfectly holy, and so sin had to be punished. The wages of sin is death. So man died spiritually, and man also died physically. But this perfectly holy God is also perfectly loving. So God came among us Himself as an avataram, as Jesus. He was born just to die for us. Without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness of sin. The Bible says so. So He went willingly to the cross, taking the sin of mankind on Himself. There God the Father directed His holy anger against His own Son. So Jesus became the prayaschitam to appease God's anger against sin. This way of salvation is open for all those who would go to Him in faith. We cannot work out our way back to God. God had to reach out to us and make a way, and He has done that through Jesus.
From 1968 to 1973, GB worked as a librarian in IIM Calcutta. Then at the end of 1973, we moved to Bangalore. GB was to set up the IIM Bangalore Library. I was 8 years old at the time and continued my schooling in Baldwin Girls in Richmond Road. Every afternoon after school, I would walk to the Langford Road premises, which I knew so well. As a child, I had free access everywhere and was welcome, even in Director Ramsami's office. Director or Pune, everyone was the same to me and everyone was friendly. My memories of that period are only of chatter and sunshine. I also remember a huge silver oak tree in that compound and its amazingly beautiful seeds that were on the ground underneath it. As the library grew, GB's office moved to a building in Lavelle Road. I remember that office too. What was really cool about that place was that in the ground floor was a huge computer that occupied an entire room, and that computer used punch cards. If I remember right, that computer belonged to IIM-B, but it was not connected with the library. probably it was for payroll, etc. I then remember the excitement when the new campus was being developed. So this is the introduction. And we are now going to the rest home to have a look at some old IIM Bangalore photographs with GB. If we had done this exercise 1 year ago, GB would have been able to tell us much more about the photos. As of now, I do not expect him to remember much, but let's see. Okay, so this is an album about your professional career. Do you remember that you had an album like this? Okay, so it starts with pre-IIM things. I think IIM starts here, and it starts, you don't seem to have any pictures of IIM Calcutta. It is starting with Bangalore. So this is the Langford Road building.
Yes.
Do you remember this? This is the, what is this occasion? This is the, it says it is the inauguration.
It's the library, a great moment historically from the point of view of the institution, and for me too. Inauguration. It is the director standing, and then
again same.
Again this is director.
Okay. Director Ramsamy.
Ramsamy.
And here it is. Here is your whole staff of that at that point in time.
At that point of time.
I can also recognize some people. Can you recognize anyone? I can recognize. This is Teresa.
Teresa, isn't it?
Then I can see you. I can see Subhadra. These names I've forgotten. I remember all of them.
Yes.
Then I can see Chikkamalaya here.
Yes.
This is the new campus.
So
this is again N.S. Ramsamy.
And he did a tremendous role in getting this building by contacting the then government and other things. So it was his very important role he played in that.
Okay.
And then.
So here you are all walking. Again, he's here, and then there is Chikkamalaya again. You are here. So this is all, I think, the inauguration of the newly built campus and new library. So then we return. This is the visit of Mr. Abid Hussain, Chairman of the Board of Governors, visiting the library.
IIM Bangalore.
New campus.
He was originally Commerce Secretary of Government of India. Then he took over as chairman. Later he left for the US as the ambassador for India. So he was a very important guy.
So this is here. See, you had a beard at that time.
Yes.
That was the time the period you had a beard.
Yes.
And then there is everybody's enjoying some food. Probably it looks like a gulab jamun to me. Okay, then this you can read what is there.
The chief librarian has professional tasks like conducting seminars, meeting visitors to the library, and the like.
Okay, so that is some picture of like that. And here is some seminar or something you are doing. So you don't.
This is probably a seminar being organized, and I am leading the seminar.
That's true. Then some food time.
Yes.
Then this is something else. This is an extra.
United Theological College Library. In chairperson in one of their seminars.
Okay. This is something outside IIM that you had been called to do.
Yes.
Okay. And then we are coming to your retirement function.
Yes.
So this is now Director Phillips.
The new director. Yes.
And again you see Chikmalaya. I can see Vallecha.
Good. Yeah, you remember. I had forgotten, but
I remember a little bit. This is Teresa. She is speaking. Somebody else, I don't remember her name. She is speaking also. Then Chikmalaya, he is giving a speech. Then again Professor Vallecha. I don't know. Oh, this must be the same day, and the people in the audience.
This is
Teresa.
Teresa.
So some kind of.
This is Vallecha, I think.
Yes, and here they are giving you a tray of something.
Yes.
There you have a garland.
Yes. Yes.
Then you are giving a speech. And Professor Phillips is enjoying your speech.
Yes.
And then he is speaking.
This is Philip.
Yes, he is speaking. Then so many photographs of one occasion, and then you are talking to him. And then you're still talking to him, and then everyone is having some food.
Yes.
And then you're still talking to him, and everybody's having tea.
Yes.
So it must have been a fun place, IIM. Then there is more of. It's all the same thing, people talking, and I think this may be the last time you sat in your office.
Yes.
And you have the tray, and people come to see you. And that is you and Chikmalaya.
This is Chikmalaya. Yeah.
You want to read that?
Seated are some of the faculty members and the director, Professor J. Philip. The rest are my library staff, including 2 deputy librarians, 2 assistant librarians, and a host of other technical staff.
Okay, so that is the last, that ends the last of your career photograph.
May God bless you, Martha. May God bless you, dear.
Everyone born in this earth is born only to die, sooner or later, because of sin. That is how I too was born 92 years ago. But through faith in Jesus, the Bible promises that I am forgiven of all my sins and that I will be living forever. Death for me will be a case of stooping to conquer. Death will open up for me the way to life. So when I cross over one of these days, when I close my eyes here, I will open them on the other side. This hope is for all those who make use of the prayachittam. So it is very important. This is good news and is available for all, rich and poor, North Indian, South Indian, European, anyone for that matter. So that is how I can be happy in my weaknesses. For me, the best is yet to come.